Happy Independence Day. John Beaudin, Rock History Book. You know what? This is our first stream on Rock History Book. This channel originally, before we get to Today in History, Happy Independence Day, was meant to be a Today in History channel. Now, we have diverted from that because Today in History changes. Next year when we do this list will be different. And I started looking, I said, that's an arduous task. Why in a million years would I want to do that? But we decided that maybe it would be a good idea to finally do it. And maybe we'd start on July 4th because the majority of the folks watching this channel are American. And I went, that's just something we're going to do. I'm just starting my little thing here. Anyway, I hope you had a good holiday. I hope you enjoyed your day today, especially the folks who love this channel and our channels, because our big channel is, of course, Rock History Book. I'm just putting this on. Rock History Music, rather. So, hey, Mark, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you coming on to this channel. So, let's go. That was probably really bad for the mic. We're going to try to do this. Now, before I start this, one more thing. We want to start doing pictures and things. And we have software now that when I talk about an artist, I'll be able to press this little button down here and you'll see the artist. We're not doing that tonight. We're just going to do a dry run of some of the things that happened today. For people, hey, Alex Knight, thank you. Appreciate you, my friend. I'd like to have coffee with you when I go to Boston. You and I should hook up. I'm going to go to Boston hopefully this year. Post Malone. A lot of people who watch this channel would go, how dare you mention him? 1995. He's been accused of appropriating the African American culture. He's sort of a grunge country rap artist. He was born in 1995. Here's someone that we all know that we love, Bill Withers. It's his birthday today. Of course, he's not with us, but he was born in 1938. Ain't No Sunshine, Lean On Me. There was a documentary called Still Bill that a lot of you watched. He is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We lost him on March 20th, 2020. John Waite's birthday, 1952. Known for the Babies and Every Time I Think of You. Bad English. I barely remember this song because there were so many super groups in the 80s. When I See You Smile, and of course, Missing You. Everyone knows that song. And he still puts out really good music today. Also, Michael Sweet. Fans of Christian rock will know him. Of course, he was the co-founder, writer, lead guitarist, lead vocalist, and frontman of Stryper. He actually was the lead singer of Boston from 2007 to 2011. After Fran Cosmo and after, of course, Brad Delp, who we lost. Who else do we got? Oh, who died on this date? Barry White, 2003, American singer. Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Baby. Love's Themes, Love Unlimited Orchestra. He dies at 58. What else we got? Some interesting things that happened. Yeah. 1966, the Beatles were attacked in the Philippines after they unintentionally insulted Mrs. Shoes herself. Remember, she had like 9 million pairs of shoes. Imelda Marcos. She had a bad reputation. Also, in 1969, 140,000 people attended the Atlanta Pop Festival, which had Led Zeppelin and Janis Joplin. 77, Nigel Harrison replaced Gary Valentine as bassist for Blondie. And in 86, a big concert, Farm Aid 2, with great performers, Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, who were always there, Neil Young, Waylon Jennings, Bob Dylan, the Beach Boys, Nicolette Larson. We lost her way too young. Los Lobos, Steve Earle. In 1987, Genesis wrapped up their Wembley Stadium, I think 4-night stint, might have been 3-night stint, sold out every single one of them. It was 4 nights, I just saw that. And that was their biggest album. Sometimes people forget weird idiosyncratic things like the fact that Some Girls by the Rolling Stones is the biggest Stones album. They go, what? After all the stuff in the 60s? It just is. And sometimes people forget that the biggest Genesis album is Invisible Touch. It had a string of hits on there. And people will say, what about Selling England by the Pound? Well, they didn't sell that well back then. But critically acclaimed? Yeah, Selling England by the Pound. In 1982, Ozzy Osbourne married his manager on this date, Sharon Arden. or Sharon Osbourne as we know her. That was the same year he bit the bat's head off. So obviously that didn't bother her. Also in 1995, Lollapalooza in Washington, Courtney Love punched Bikini Kill singer Kathleen Hanna. Never heard of them. Maybe I should, but never have. And in 2003, Metallica, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, and the Deftones went to the summer. They opened up the Summer Sanitarium tour in Pontiac, Michigan. There you go. Just some things that happened today. I wanted to come on here, and this is a very nonchalant one. In the future, we're going to have bang, bang, and videos, and we can't play the songs because we just can't play songs. That's just the way it goes. They won't let you play songs. So it's basically 3 people that are communicating with us. Alex, you're the man. Happy 4th from Boston. Mark Burchett, happy Independence Day, fellow Americans. Brian Sanchez, like your videos, happy 4th of July. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, you tried to write Striper. Farm Aid. Poor Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy gets a bad rap sometimes. He gets a bad rap for good reason at times. But, you know, he is he's like one of the phantom kings of rock. He's got so many titles. Another one that Shannon came up with was in 1969, Grand Funk Railroad. And I'm interviewing Mark Farner. I thought it was this week. It's actually next week. Played the Atlanta Pop Festival in Hampton, Georgia. They were playing that festival, and they got signed with Capitol Records right after the A&R person saw them and said, we've got to sign this band. Kind of a cool thing. And they became and went on to become one of the biggest bands in the land. And I'll talk to Mark Farner about that. And by the way, if you have questions for Mark Farner, just let me know what you want me to ask him. I think this is the 3rd time we'll be talking to him. I noticed that last year when we were doing a couple of 4th of July, might have been the year before, that it was like dead because everyone's doing their thing. It's the big celebration day. I was in Mount Shasta in 1993. I think it was 1993. I'm in Mount Shasta, and I'd forgotten that I was in Mount Shasta in the U.S. on the 4th of July. And all of a sudden I'm in my hotel room and everyone's just buzzing. I'm not sure what's going on. It never clicked to me because usually I recognize the 4th of July every year. And everyone's saying, hey, man, you going downtown for the big parade? And I thought in downtown Mount Shasta, there was more people in the parade than there was living in Mount Shasta, Northern California. It was a great experience. I remember thinking, wow, this is the coolest thing in the world. So I enjoyed that. So what do we got? Jeffrey says, Motley Crue Stadium, tour limping along. Will Joan Jett be next going to the hospital? Oh, Mark Burchett said, brother Mark. Yeah. Yeah, brother. Mark Farner calls me Brother John. But if he's being interviewed by Jack, he'll call him Brother Jack. And that's just the way Mark Farner is. He's one of the greatest interviews. And before we sign off, this is just a short one for today. When I interviewed, and I'll be coming on Rock History Music in just a second. When we interviewed Mark, he was one of those guys that at a party, when you're at a party and you don't know anybody, Mark's the type of guy that you're glad you met because he makes an effort during interviews. He's that type of guy, and he's glad to do interviews, and he's enjoying himself. And Jeff Skunk Baxter, who I just spent an hour and a half with last week, is the same kind of guy. He makes an effort and is happy to be there with you. Hello and happy 4th from Savannah, Georgia. Scrappy Doo. I love your username. Thank you for coming on. And please like our video. And we want to make an effort. If you came on too late, just wait till the video's ended and it's just going to be a nonchalant for the next few. We've got the next 3-4 days already written out of just people who lived, people who born, dead, album releases, cool stuff that happened in rock and roll. Plus, I love doing live feeds, and we've never done a live feed on this channel. Utah for me, right on. Let me just get... Hey, Mark. Jeff Hansen. Hey, John. Thank you. Hope everyone likes my haircut. I just came out of the bath, and It's a summer cut. We ever get the old summer cuts? Anyway, thank you for everyone who came on tonight. This is just our first one, very first live feed on this channel. When we do the live feeds on the other channel, it just explodes all the time. So it's just the way it is. Anyway, happy 4th. Happy Independence Day. Hope you really had a great night. I will raise a beer for all of you a little later on tonight after I do my radio show. But take good care of yourself. And I used to have a little thingamajiggy. I'll use this tonight. Tomorrow night, and also let me know what time you want me to do the Today in Rock History. What time is the best time for you? I'd like to do it nonchalant. Tom Cruise born July 5th. I will not be announcing that because it's basically music news. On our sister channel, we're going to start doing Today in History for entertainment, which I've always wanted to do. So anyway, I don't know if this is going to work. Boing. No, it doesn't work. Take care, everybody. And please like our video.